chatter. Petty, don't matter. Far as that teller-tatter, I pray to God they rattle-tatter. Hey, what's a rapper? I started off that, now I'm better. I get capital. I help my people to get cheddar. I do business. Look here, stay out my business. I'm so iceberg slimish, stainless, not a blemish.
These folks in the Circle City, they love their Colts, and they have packed the house tonight as we welcome you to Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Tonight, we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Indianapolis Colts. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Herbert. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. Oh, what a juke into space. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy is made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
And the next-gen stats shows he picked up an even 20 yards after the initial contact. Well, this defense for the Colts, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Herbert. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I'm going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And here's Rodgers on the return. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here. 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 40-yard line.
To throw is Ryan. He'll get this one to Pittman. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Now Ryan. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And he brings runs this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD.
So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And, Charles, no two ways around it. Anytime you get the current #1 and #2 seeds in the AFC playing each other this late in a season, it's a big game.
It is definitely a big game, and not just for seeding and placement and such, but for trying to establish yourself as a team to beat. You want everyone else in the league to look at you and say, boy, it's going to be tough to knock those guys off.
Second down and 5. On the draw is Taylor. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. The Colts at 11-3 on the year. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They got the home crowd behind them. And I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one. Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Quick throw into the hands of Pittman. And some room to run now. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver. And as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
He's got the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
Blankenship's kick is good. And that'll do it for the 1st quarter of play. Kick this one away, and off it goes. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Running on first down, Eckler. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Herbert off of play action. That's caught. It's DeAndre Carter. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 22-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. Herbert now. He'll find Williams on the slant. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Now on 2nd and 13. Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. But I believe the Colts were able to fall on this when they were, and so possession will remain with Indy.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Tries the right side, finding Woods here.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and he goes for a first down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Looking for Woods again, and he finds him. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
That coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, but when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space.
Meanwhile, Ryan's throw pulled in by Woods.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They'll get 34 yards there.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
Touchdown! Michael Pittman with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Colts will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead is now 10-7.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. On the screen, this is Eckler. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Ryan.
They'll get this one complete there to Pittman.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 35.
It doesn't look like this defense found the magic elixir at halftime. This offense was rolling in the first half, and that's continued here in the third quarter. Another big play right there.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
20, 51.
Now it's Ryan. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
So we thought maybe they would have a chance to extend this lead on the opening drive of the second half. Instead, they cough it up.
Obviously not an ideal start when you're trying to get a little separation, and I can guarantee that they talked about that in the locker room. Let's get out there, start this quarter the right way. Let's try and put some points on the board and create some space.
They started on the ground with Eckler, and not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert out to his left. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Play action. It's Herbert. They'll roll him out right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
At their own 40-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. Scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. On the return, Carter. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Quiddy Pay as He's now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
To try again after the sack. Herbert, and that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. Here's Herbert. They'll find Everett there, complete. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on third. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and they will take over first and 10. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. This time Ryan will throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Now that's into the hands of Mo Alley-Cox, the tight end. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. That time the conversion comes courtesy of the RPO.
And know what it did? It moved the sticks. Nice pickup on third down. Even better decision.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Ryan. Throw left side taken in by Pittman. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. Yeah, this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. this to swell the lead to 6.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
The Charger drive about to get going. From down near his goal line here, Herbert. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Julian Blackman. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Well, they were obviously backed up. Had a little bit of space from the goal line, snapping it from the 3, but still trying to throw it. And
yeah, exactly. This is where hindsight is 20/20 comes into play, right? Seems like a good idea to throw the ball there. Maybe you'll surprise him and catch him off guard. Instead, you've created a turnover and put your defense in a bad spot.
Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
They go play action with Ryan. This pass caught. It's Woods. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor.
And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Calling a gain of 5, 4th down now. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to perhaps salt this one away.
Blankenship's kick is good.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And a short kick taken at about the 16. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Charger drive about to get going. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
One last throw here for Herbert. That's caught right side by Palmer. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And, you know, it wasn't a
More than a game, don't play with my name. You come with your